Fresh off the canceling of Stephen Colbert, CBS just mocked Donald Trump over his latest scandal, and Washington is stifling laughter. By the end of this report, you will be too. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And yes, I'm home from Comic-Con, sore and tired, but eager to get back to work. Thank you to all of you who came out to say hi, and a special shout out to all of you who told me I needed to get this Back to the Future shirt. Let's look at that. Yeah. You're a bad influence, but it's a rockin' shirt. And in case you want your own, it's by Her Universe. And in case you want to help me afford it, follow the Ko-Fi link in the description. Now, on to the news. At the moment, Donald Trump has fled to the nation of Scotland, ostensibly for trade talks, but in true Trumpian fashion, that's really just an excuse to play golf. Scotland's golf courses are, of course, world-renowned, so it's hard to argue with him playing a course or two. But because this is President Taco, Trump is focusing more on golf than, doing his job or the ever-growing Epstein scandal here at home. Take a look.
The House has called President Trump's 5-day trip a working visit. He'll hold trade talks on Sunday with the chief of the European Union, and he's scheduled to meet with the British Prime Minister on Monday. But he's expected to spend most of his trip at two of his golf resorts, Trump Turnberry in the west and Trump International in the north. The president received a less than warm reception from some Scottish protesters.
I think the vast majority of Scots have this sort of feeling about Trump. Even though he has Scottish roots, he's a disgrace to us.
We're saying no, we don't want you here.
Many demonstrators carried signs linking the president to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The Justice Department's reluctance to divulge more information about Epstein has dogged the president in recent weeks.
On Friday, Epstein's former girlfriend and convicted conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell met with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche for a second day of questioning. According to Maxwell's lawyer, she was asked questions about 100 different people, and she did not hold anything back.
We haven't asked for anything. This is not a situation where we're asking anything in return for testimony or anything like that.
Upon his arrival in Scotland, the president was asked about the possibility of pardoning Maxwell.
This is just not a time to be talking about pardons. Todd will come back with whatever he's got. You're making a very big thing over something that's not a big thing.
The Justice Department has not indicated when they will share information related to their 2-day interview with Maxwell, noting only that they will do so at the appropriate time.
Oh, it gets even more embarrassing. Stay tuned. And should we be surprised? This is the president who, after all, according to both Michael Wolff and Bob Woodward, spends most of the day in bed eating McDonald's and watching Fox News. And props to the people of Scotland for protesting. We don't want him here either, but it hardly seems fair to tell the Scots to keep the man. Then we'd all have to see Donald Trump in a kilt, and that would likely result in worldwide panic. Moving on. Since Trump has spent most of his time golfing while on this trip, reporters, rabid with questions related to everything from trade talks to Jeffrey Epstein, have followed him to the course. Trump may have thought he had outsmarted them, but in reality, he just humiliated himself to an even bigger degree. Check this out.
All right, President Trump has been hitting the links at his golf courses in Scotland while negotiating trade deals. The cameras have been following his every move, of course, even capturing the moment that Trump's caddy may have been a little too helpful. Take a look. All right, so look at the caddies, right? Keep your eye on his caddy. Oops, there it goes, right? Maybe drop that what to watch banner to see it, but there's a ball that goes rolling out of that dude's hand.
No-look pass.
Look at that.
What's supposed to happen?
Well, not that.
Well, as a golfer, you are supposed to do your own drop if you can't find your ball. And it has to be close to where your ball is.
It has to be from the last place that you played, and you get a one-stroke penalty when that happens.
Not your caddy just doing a no-look pass.
And when it's behind the back, that looks a little suspicious.
I mean, it was so suspicious. Look, people online have been having a field day with this. Not because other presidents don't sort of take mulligans all the time when they play golf.
Right.
Rick Riley, the famous sports writer, called Bill Clinton Billigan. What is that, John Tower? Billigan? Billigan, yeah, because Clinton was
Like a
known to
mulligan.
just play the ball, like he just drop it wherever and just take the stroke. But I think it's because Trump's always talking about how great his handicap
good
is.
his golf game
He's
is.
like a 2.6 or something, and like, come on, bro, you can't be doing that.
Yes, you saw that correctly. Donald Trump is cheating at golf as the world watches. This is a man who can't even control his balls and needs help getting them where they belong. And he can't reach the hole either. Poor Melania. Anyway, this is just the latest example of Trump's colossal ineptitude and yet another embarrassment this man has to hurl at the American people, as if his outrageous budget bill, his rescissions, his affairs, his insurrection, and his protecting sexual predators wasn't enough. On the upside, this little incident shows that the world is still occupied by the Epstein scandal and that Trump won't escape it anytime soon. For more on all that, and for all other national embarrassments coming out of the Trump administration, see our other videos here on the channel. Trump started his week by getting caught cheating. What will the rest of the week hold? This is Occupy Democrats.